Are you willing to compromise within a relationship?
To compromise? What is compromising? Compromising for what?
Let's be honest for a second. Some of you aren't unlucky in love. You're just busy entertaining men you pity instead of men you respect. You keep playing savior to men who were never even qualified to stand beside you. You call it being understanding. You call it seeing potential. But let's be real, it's pity. And pity is not love. Pity is charity dressed up in femininity. When you start dating men, you feel sorry for men. You want to fix men who need help, men who come with excuses instead of plans. You stop being a woman in her power. You become a volunteer in somebody else's emotional rehab. So today, we're going to talk about why you need to stop dating out of pity, how to recognize when you're doing it, and what it looks like when you finally start dating men who are your equal or better. Because your love life should feel like partnership, not a rescue mission. Hi, goddess. Welcome to your feminine and wealthy era, where I talk about everything you need to learn and unlearn in other to be the best version of yourself. The truth about pity dating. Pity dating doesn't always look like charity. Sometimes it looks like being supportive. It looks like he's just going through a tough time. He's trying. He has potential, but let's call it what it is. You're making excuses for a man who's not ready for you. Here's the truth. Nobody wants to say men build when they want to build. If he's not building with you, it's not because he can't, it's because he doesn't want to. Women fall into pity dating because they confuse empathy with obligation. You see a man struggling, you feel compassion, and your nurturing energy kicks in. But there's a thin line between nurturing and lowering your standards. You're not his mother, you're not his therapist, and you're definitely not his life coach. Why high value women date intentionally? High value women don't pick men because they need someone, they pick men because they desire someone. There's a difference between a woman who says, I want love, and a woman who says, I'll settle for whoever gives me attention. When you start dating intentionally, you shift from emotion to evaluation. You start asking questions like, does he make my life easier or heavier? Does he lead or does he lean? Does he invest or does he expect? Intentional men don't need saving. They show up with a plan, with stability, with clarity. They're not looking for a woman to complete them, they're looking for a woman to complement them. That's the energy you want to move with: soft but selective, kind but clear. Feminine energy isn't weak, it's powerful. It's knowing that your softness is a gift, not a crutch, and you don't hand it out to men who haven't earned it. Signs you're dating out of pity. Let's be honest, a lot of women don't realize when they're pity dating. So here are some signs. 1, you're constantly making excuses for him. He's just figuring things out. He's been hurt before. No, he's unprepared and you're trying to rationalize it. 2, you feel responsible for his happiness. You start managing his emotions like it's your job. Sis, it's not. 3, you lower your standards so he doesn't feel intimidated. You stop dressing up, stop talking about your success, stop expecting more just so he won't feel small. 4, you're always helping, helping him get on his feet, helping him with his dreams, helping him become the man he should already be. If any of this sounds familiar, you're not in love. You're managing a project. And here's the hard truth: the more you help him rise, the faster he'll leave once he does. Because men don't value women who mother them, they value women they can rise to meet. How to date your type, not your excuse. Here's how you shift out of pity and into purpose. 1, get clear on your type, the real one. Not just tall, handsome, funny, intentional, stable, masculine, consistent. Your type should be defined by values, not vibes. 2, stop rewarding potential. If he hasn't turned potential into results, it's not potential, it's a fantasy. 3. Match energy, not words. Anyone can talk like a man of intention, but consistent action is what makes him the one. 4. Don't let loneliness choose for you. You're better off single and peaceful than attached and depleted. 5. Always date upward in mindset, stability, and effort because you grow by proximity. When you date men who live at the level you aspire to, you expand. When you date men, you have to lift, you shrink. The feminine power in being selective. Let me say this loud. You are not too picky for wanting a man who adds to your peace. You are not too much for desiring provision, stability, and protection. And you are not arrogant for walking away from men who offer less than you bring. That's called self-respect. Dating richer, intentional men isn't about greed, it's about alignment. You deserve to be with someone who operates on your frequency, who doesn't drain you, but multiplies you. Because here's the truth. A man who's truly ready for you will never need to be convinced. He'll recognize your value and rise to meet it. So stop dating out of pity. Stop shrinking your standards to make someone else feel big. And remember, the love you want will never come from the place of guilt. It comes from grace, confidence, and choice. You're not here to fix anyone. You're here to be chosen by someone already ready. And when that man shows up, you won't have to build him. You'll simply build together. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe. Because over here at Feminine and Wealthy, we don't date down, we date intentionally.